Good, Google, Google Meet. So we're looking at Google Meet. I am just going to go into a student view. So I'm logged in here as a test student. And what I'm going to do is click on the link which previously the users could click on, and it would automatically launch Google Meet. Now, we had some safeguarding issues with that because the students could join at any time and add each other, and also they had the ability to end the call if the meeting was on, even with the tutor. So we've disabled that, and now it means that it says here, if you're joining a meeting in Google Classroom, wait for your teacher, then refresh the page. So that's what they need to do, is just wait for the time when the teacher has logged in, and then they can come back. So let's just do that. I've gone into the classroom as a tutor, click on the link, and now I am able to join now. Then when I go back to the student view, the student at the appropriate time clicks on the link, and they must ask to join. So I have asked, go back to the tutor's view, and then I would admit the student. You can see there it's test user, but that is me. So admit the student. Student's been admitted, and there we go. So I am in as a student, and now I'm going to go. There we go. So that's me in as a student. Sorry. So back to the tutor view, and I'm going to look at a couple of options. The first option I'm going to look at is we have the more options menu there, the three dots. Let's click on that. Let's go to change background, and now we have the addition of this plus sign there. So I'm going to use an image from my disk. Click on that. I've downloaded the college approved backgrounds, so let's go into I've called it Meet backgrounds. Let's select one of those backgrounds. I've selected teal. I'll tell you now that at the moment it is in the right orientation. When I open it, it will get flipped, and then Stockport is now flipped and reversed. But I've added the college background, so if I flip that, then upload it, it would then be in the right orientation. So I'm going to close that window down, and the next thing I'm going to do is go to activities. So on activities, when I click on there, you'll notice now we've added you all to the licenses. So you have a license, which means you have enhanced features in Google Meet and across the Google platform. So we can see that we have breakout rooms. So once you go into a breakout room, you simply set up a breakout room. You define how many rooms you want. And then you could also set a timer for those rooms if you wanted to. Mine has just given me 2 rooms, and it has assigned one of the users already into breakout room number 1. But you would see your users in the main call, and you can simply drag and drop them into the appropriate breakout rooms as you see fit. So if I click on test user, you'll see that I could move test user into a different room. Okay, so very short but sweet there on breakout rooms. Let's just go back. You'll see I'll just look at polls. So I'll click on a poll. I'll start the poll, and I'll say, which do you prefer? What are the options, Dave? It's going to be cat or dog. Okay, so cat or dog, and I'm going to save that. So I need to be logged in to the meeting if I want to create these polls, but I can create them, let's say, ahead of the session. If I wanted to, then when the students come, I'm already there, and I'm already prepared with my polls. And then if I launch this, so I've clicked on launch, it's now live. Let's go to the student view, and the student gets a notification to say a new poll has been launched. So in the student view, I go to activities, and there is a icon there, just a symbol of a circle, a blue dot, and I'm going to say dog and vote. So I voted in this particular poll, and what will happen at the end of the session is when you close down your call, you will receive an email of the results in a Google spreadsheet. So you'll get the results of the polls in a Google spreadsheet. We've got question and answer that we can set up on there as well. And obviously we had whiteboarding before for Google Jamboards. So I'm going to close down those activities. The last thing I'm going to look at is I'm in the student view there. So let's go back to the tutor view. So I'm going to end that poll. That's going to email me the results now. Close down in that window. And back in the tutor view, you'll see that you've got host controls. So click on the like a shield. So I click on that shield, and you'll see that you by default have the host controls, and you can control whether or not the students can share their screen and whether they can use the chat window. So there might be times when you want to disable the sharing of the screen. So that's an option. And then I can go to the cog to view all of the host settings. I beg my pardon. And from the host settings, you can see the settings there that we've seen there, and also quick access. So quick access was turned on before, and that's what allowed them to join. So normally I would leave quick access turned off by default so that the students aren't allowed to join anonymously, and so on. Okay, folks, so close that down, and that's all we're looking at there, just the quick overview of Google Meet and an update on some of the settings. You can see that I'm in one of my rooms at home recording this, but that's life. C'est la vie.